Okay, so this is a bit of a shock. I have somehow lost 5 pounds in a week. The other readouts you see, so on a monthly basis, I take my body fat, my body water, and I calculate my lean mass from those. I have no idea how this is so low, but bear with me because I do two readings. The first of which is from this Weight Watchers scale, but I also have a handheld body fat device. So I averaged the two. So this course I took on nutrition essentially said you're gonna get different readouts from whether you track your body fat by foot-based electrodes or a hand-based. So I have one of each. I actually plan at some point to get a scale that does both, but I take the two and I average them. So this is what the scale read. And I'm about to calculate with my hand. So here is the readout from my handheld Omron scale, and neither one of these is expensive. This Omron scale was $25. That Weight Watchers scale was $30. So what I'm going to do is put this in my spreadsheet. I'm going to average out my body weight from the two readings. I'm going to take the body water reading from the foot scale, and then from there I will calculate my lean mass and determine how much fat I've lost, how much muscle I've lost. I don't know what the hell happened. I must be dehydrated or something because I don't see how I lose 5 pounds in a week. I don't think that's a real loss. So I do expect to come up some next week, but this is where I'm at for the month. I was 292 at the start of the month, so that will put me down 6.5 pounds. Ironically, most of that came in the last week. I haven't done anything different in terms of my routine, but that's where I'm at for the end of February. So I have run the numbers for the weight change that I had, and I'm stunned to say it actually looks like it's real weight loss. I don't know how I lose 5 pounds in a week after losing 2 pounds in 3 weeks. The mystery of the human body is something I just don't completely understand, but I was not dehydrated. Actually, my hydration percentage went from 49.4 as of January 31st last month to 49.8. So it's not like I'm dehydrated. I thought because I ran so much the last couple of days, maybe I just was low on water. That was not the case. It actually was real weight loss. That I don't know. Maybe I probably was carrying some waste in my system. I don't know. All I can do is guess. But my body water actually increased to 0.5%. My body fat stayed exactly the same. So it looks like it was real weight loss. Have no idea how I've been flat for 3 weeks and then 5 pounds comes off in a week. No idea, but looks like it's real. So I will show you right now the change for the metrics that I track each month. So walking through the metrics I track for the month, you can see here I track everything on my Fitness Pal. 131, I was 291.8, and I went up 0.5 pound, and I came down 2 pounds, was essentially flat from 2 weeks ago to a week ago, and then miraculously 5 pounds comes off. Not sure, but I will show you the other metrics I track. So I track my body fat percentage. It was flat for the month. So this one is very difficult for me to move, but as of 1/5 it was 32.4, so I'm down 1%, but I'm essentially flat. I was 31.35 versus 31.3, and as I mentioned, I take the average of the two body fat measurements that I have, one from the feet and one from the hands. So it came out to 31.35, so I guess you could say I was up 0.05 for the month, but essentially flat. My body water percentage, this is what I thought would attest to it, but I was 48.6, so I was actually somewhat dehydrated. So I actually would have been heavier than the 302 I was on January 1st or January 5th when I got back from Orlando. Was 49.4 and I'm 49.8. My dietitian said I need to be somewhere between 55 and 60%, so she tells me that my body water is actually very, very low. And just in terms of body fat, in terms of pounds, So I had 98 pounds of fat on me as of January 5th, 91. So I've shed about 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds of fat in the last month. I've actually put on a little water. My lean mass came down, which isn't great, but I'm not going to complain about it because my body fat overall percentage has remained flat. So that's where I stand for the month. So all in all, I couldn't help be anything but pleased, but still stunned. It really is shocking to see just such a dramatic drop in a week, where I really didn't do anything differently from the prior 2 weeks. Like, I've been very consistent, and I think that's probably a lesson for myself, just in the sense that I got so discouraged a couple of weeks ago, when I recorded the video called Reevaluating My Goals. I'm not going to set any weight goals. I had initially set a goal on my very first video of losing 15 pounds per quarter, about 5 pounds per month. I'm not going to set any goals, even though it's tempting to say, I'm going to target the 279.9 I had set out for the quarter. I'm not going to focus on that at all. I'm going to focus on my routine, my key disciplines first and foremost. I'm going to run 4 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the morning. I'm going to swim twice a week. I'm going to do spin class once a week. I should be getting my bike in early April, so at that point, it should be a little warmer then. I'm going to start riding to work, but that'll be my routine for the month. Diet-wise, I'm going to stay on my routine of 2,900 calories a day, so my calculated resting calories are somewhere about 3,600 a day. So my dietitian recommended that I go with 3,400. I'm actually doing 2,900, which is very aggressive. So I'm going to focus on that, stick to my 2 cheat meals a week, and I'm just going to keep moving forward. I'm not going to focus on my weight. It is very important to me, so I'm not going to say I'm ignoring it, but I'm not setting any goals outside of making sure I'm very disciplined with my diet. I can maintain the 2,900. It's a little bit of a challenge, but it's something that's sustainable for me. I'm not going to do anything crazy and radical and try to go down to like 2,000 or something like that. I mean, I'm 6'7", 285 pounds, so 2,000 calorie diet is for someone I think that's like 5'10", 180 pounds. So I'm not going to do anything extreme like that. And like I said, I think it just kind of hones in the message that this is a very lumpy process. I have no idea how the hell I dropped that much weight in a week when I didn't do anything different than I did in the previous week, but just stay consistent and the results will come, I guess, is the central theme. And one quick note on the body fat. So some of the older readings where you see them in the low 20s are off. So there are multiple settings in terms of body type. I was using athlete based on the amount I was working out, but when my dietitian took my body fat back in November, I think it was, there was a huge difference, and I brought in my body fat scale, and she told me to stop using the athlete one. I think it's for people who exercise over 10 hours a week and have a resting heart rate below 50. So that's what I had been using. So I was really shocked when my body fat came in much higher. When she measured me, I was absolutely stunned. I think it was like 37%. So I've come down a little from that, but my scale is about 3 points off of what she had. I think it was like 33 when she measured me, so I'm down to 31. So I guess on hers I'd be about 34. But that's why it looks so much lower earlier in the year, because I was using the athlete setting, which I think deducts about 6 or 7%. So nothing too alarming there. But all in all, a good month. On to March, and let's see where I'm at by my race in 4 weeks.